Hi, I'm about ready to do a tutorial for you on how to get these edges straight. Here is, I think I posted this online, where you have your little notches here, and mine, you don't have the notches. So I'm going to show you how to do that. I will show you also in another video how to do the diagonals, and the S's are really hard, how to get back there. How to move over a stitch without showing a notch, like this, or this right here. How to do all that. So it looks like a real S, U, E, and L. Let's see if I can stay within my parameters here. So as you can tell, this is what we're going to do. You're going to crochet 16 stitches, 4 rows. And then when you get done with that, come back to the video. Now it says to do 4 right here. So I are 1, 2, 3, and when you get to the 4th one, I want you to just pull it through and switch to your contrasting color. Mine's blue or turquoise. I'm going to call it blue today. Make sure you have a long tail. It has to be a long tail. I'll show you why. And put it on in. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to go through the next stitch, and then I want you to look right here. You're through this stitch right here, right? I want you to bring your needle through the front or the back of the next stitch. I want you to bring it through and then do your crochet. I want you to do that 7 times. 1. I'm going to go super slow because I feel awkward doing it via video. So 2. Make sure this stays in, and I'll show you why soon. 2. Go through it again. 3. I crochet pretty tight, and it is a detriment to me when I do these stitches because it seems like everything gets super tight as I do it. And it's not hard to do because you're pulling and tugging on threads. You'll see soon. So do your normal stitch and try to keep it normal is what I'm trying to say, because it ends up getting tight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 7. And now for your 8th one, you're just going to go through the last stitch like regular. Nothing special, just regular, and then switch colors to your contrasting color. Thought I messed up. I did not. I'm going to grab another pink and just going to put it in. You don't have to have just your normal, no long tail, and just crochet 4 and then chain 1 as usual. You guys know that. I'm not doing a video for beginners here, so please know about Graphghans before you try this. I just want to get that tail out of the way. I don't want it in our purview here. So look at that. Look how thick that looks. This is why we did that stitch. It looks super thick. It looks beautiful. This was a lot of trial and error. I did a lot of trial and error. So here we go. Let's do the 4. It says do all the way, I think it's 12 total. And then at the last 2, stop. And now I'm going to show you some tricky stitches. Well, actually, just do to the 4th one right here. And I'm going to show you the first tricky stitch, because we have to get over this hump without it looking weird. So you see this little knot right there? That little part of the stitch right there, you're going to pick that up, and you're going to pick up the front stitch. So you're going to pick up this and the front stitch. And then you're going to do a slip stitch through all of them. And then just do your regular stitching now. Do the rest of crochet, and make sure you carry the blue. Your contrasting color, make sure you carry it, not the tail. Just the working thread. It's tangled. And just go all the way across until you hit the last 2. I'll show you something other than this on another video so it doesn't look so empty. I guess is the only word I can think of, but not this time. It still looks good enough for an L. Now I'm picking up the thread, and I want you to do just a regular crochet. I'm going to tug on that. Do the first one, and then when you get to the second one, I want you to do the same thing you did over here, the exact same thing. Anytime you come across 2 colors together, you're going to do this going on the front side. While you're working the front, you're going to pick up this right there, and you're going to pick up the front stitch. And then you're just going to bring it through the very first one right there. And you're going to tug it a little bit and watch how it settles down. And then you're going to pick up your pink, and you're going to finish it off with 4. Make sure you go back in here. Even though you used it here, you're going to go back in there because you still need 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So go in there. Doesn't matter where, just go in. And watch this. See that? See how it's got a little hoop there? Take the blue string and tug it and watch it settle. See how it's set in there? Always do that little tug, just a slight tug. If you do it too tight, it's going to be hard on your way back around. I'll show you why. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're always going to do that. Well, the third row is always going to be a little more intricate. The second one is your starter row. Anything after that, it's just a little more intricate, and I'll show you. Chain 1 and do 4, or 3, I should say. 1, 2, 3, and then bring it in there, right? And then here's your next blue stitch, right? You're going to bring the needle through the back string right there. So do that, but don't do anything after you do it. Just put it in there. And then you're going to see this V here, right? You're going to take your small needle and you're going to stick it in this part of the V on your right side, and you're going to tug it a little bit, right? And then put your needle in it. And watch this. This string is attached to it. It hugs it. You don't have to do that right now. Bring your needle through and switch colors, and then it's going to tug it and pull it tight again. You're really not loosening any strings. And then, once again, do a crochet and do the same thing you just did. You're going to bring it through the top, do the back of the stitch, right? And then you see the V right there, and you're going to pick up that string. Sometimes you can just do it with your fingernail, because look, it's attached to this string. Watch. And then you're going to put it through there, crochet it through, switch strings, switch colors. And don't forget to tug it just a wee bit to have it set. Not much, just a little bit. And then just crochet across. I'm going to take my time for the fast ones and the slow ones. And then you're going to crochet back across on the front. If you want to go ahead and do that, you don't have to wait for me. I'm just going to go kind of slow here, and then I'll catch you on the next two. Gosh, that looks good. Anywho, let's see how it looks. It still looks a little uneven, but this row is going to teach you what it does. It's going to show ya. Here we go. It's the third row where it starts getting interesting. I'm just doing a leisurely pace here, letting everybody have time to set up or what have you. Here we go. Now we're going to do the same thing we did last time. We're going to go here, and we're going to do this one and the front stitch, these two. And then we're going to pull it through, tighten it up just a little bit right there, and then switch colors. Do a single crochet in this one. I'm going to tug it after I'm done, sorry. Watch it set. I love to watch it set. Boom, it's all set in there. It looks beautiful. Now we're going to do this, almost the same thing here. On the third, this is where it gets a little complicated. We're going to pull it through, and then instead of just these two, we're also going to pick up this one. And this gets a little hairy. You got to be careful because you can drop this when you're putting this in, and you'll understand why. This right here is attached to your pink string. So be careful when you pick it up. It's going to come out a lot. If you need to tighten it up, just pull your string. And now I'm going to pick up these two, but this gets in the way sometimes, so be careful. Pick up this one. Pick up the front of this one. And now you're going to pull it through them, and you're going to pull it through this, and then just set it in there, and then pick up the pink string, and see how loose this is? Because we just did that. Tug it real hard. See how it tightened up? And bring it through, both of them. And keep tugging it, keep it tight, and then do your last 4. See how pretty that looks? I want to show you something when I'm done here. This side, you can do the same thing as this side. I'm doing 2 different stitches here. This one, I'm not picking up this string here to show you the difference. See how it got a little tiny bump right there? And this one doesn't, because I didn't pick up this string right here. I think either one of them look good, but it's up to you to determine which one you want to use. You can make it super straight, or you can make it fairly straight. Either one, like on letters, small letters, I just use this. I don't worry about it. And I use it on this end too, because it looks fabulous. But on L's and long straights like this, I will pick up this one on both sides. It's up to you. I'm going to do one more pass, and I'm going to leave it to you to finish it up, because it's just the same thing over and over again. So when we get to this, I pick this up, the very back string, then I pick up my small needle, and I see the V, and I pick up the right side of the V, and I tug it just a wee bit, then I put my needle in it. Then I pick up my thread, and I bring it through. I crochet one, whoops, and I tug just a wee bit, just a little bit, and then I do the same thing here. So just remember, anytime you come across 2 colors together on the back, this is what you do. And it is attached to the pink string, so you'll tug it back into place. And you do that. And now I just go across. And I will meet you on the front side to show you one last time how to do both of those straight edges. You can use either one. It's up to you. I use both. In all my crocheting, I use both, depending on what I crochet and if I need a super straight edge or not. If I need just a fairly straight edge, then I just use the first one I showed you. I only pick up the 2 threads, not 3. If you want the super straight edge, pick up 3. And look for my other videos because I have a lot more tips and tricks for you. I'll show you what I'm working on now. Because this one works for straight edges, but what about across? What about horizontal? That type thing. I can show you horizontal, diagonal, all that. I'm going to bring it through, and instead of picking this up for the straight edge, like I said, I'm just going to show you both sides of this. I'm just going to pick up these 2 threads, remember, right there, and then pull it through, tighten it just a wee bit, because what this does, it hides that blue thread that shows on a regular Graphghan. This is how I learned to hide it. Then I bring it through, I single crochet, and I love this part. And then I just set it, just a little tug. See how straight it is? Now I'm going to show you the super straight. I'm going to come here, I'm going to pick this one up and that one up. We're going to do all 3 of them. This, like I said, it's a little more. You can really drop that thread if you're not careful. And this one up. I keep picking them up consistently with you guys, the whole stitch, but you really don't have to. If you drop 1 or 2 of the threads, that's okay. Set it, remember, set it good, and then tug kind of tight to set this one in. Tug it kind of tight, and then bring it through. Keep it tugged, and then bring it through 4th, because you need 4 more. Keep it tugged tight. And look how straight that is. You can see the difference. See these 2 little notches here? They're not big. They're just tiny little things. You don't notice them. I do, though. And then look at this. No notches. See how straight that is? And this is still beautiful. I still use them on all my stitches, and nobody ever notices them. And that's how you do this. If you, like I said, look for my other videos. They'll be coming out. This is the one everybody was looking for. And both of these work wonderful. You wouldn't even have noticed this had I not pointed it out to you. So don't be afraid to use it. It still looks beautiful. It still looks straight. Better than those other notches like this. Nothing like these notches. Matter of fact, this one was done in that and you don't notice it. So it works well. Either one. So I'm going to be bringing out the diagonal, the horizontal, and a few other stitches that are needed to make sure that this is the one I'm working on now. It's a panda bear, and I want you to notice that you can't hide every foible, but like the mouth and the nose, it still looks pretty good around the edges, around the sides, and up here. You don't see any huge foibles like you would when you're using the regular crochet for the Graphghan, single crochet for the Graphghan. So I will show you everything I do to make it look like this. Have a good day, and thank you for listening.